What's up, guys? It's Pistol here, back with another story. So everyone gather around. Um, Today we're gonna do a few different things. We're gonna do our first review talk, kind of just throw a topic out there on rap and kind of just talk about it and give some insight on that. And then I have a prison story about a famous rapper, not famous yet, but he's blowing up, who was stomping the yard with me upstate. He's out of Philly. His name's OT the Real. And dude's gas. He's fire. Uh, when I first went upstate, I went to the hole right away for 90 days. When I first got to my first home, SCI, I went to the hole right away. Then I got transferred to an SCI that he was at. And this was the year that he went home, I believe. The year I got there. But I ain't personally rock with him. I mean, I would have probably. I mean, he seems like a super thorough ass dude. And we knew a lot of the same people. Like, I hung out with a lot of the same people. Oh, Wildwood, tons of people, bro. So we'll break down that. So let's get right into it. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about my opinion and my views on the YNW Melly thing that kind of just resurfaced. Complex posted an article about YNW Melly stating that the prosecution has a video off of Melly's phone with Melly maybe implying that he's done something. But that's super generally speaking, because the transcripts are on the video, or the transcripts, if you look the video up, the transcripts are there word for word what Melly says, so I'm not breaking nothing new. I mean, for fuck's sake, Complex did it. I get like 50 views maybe a YouTube video. They get hundreds and hundreds of thousands. So definitely not new news. It's old actually, but Complex dug it up, and it just makes me think, like, what the fuck is Complex trying to paint a picture of? I never understood that, and then I never understood why a couple of media outlets that I fuck with that are kinda in the street or have ties and tied in and shit, or fuck, even No Jumper, bro. No Jumper ran the fucking story. And it's like, come the fuck on, bro. Adam, you're smart, bro. Like, if you're around these people and you fuck with these people, at the end of the day, you gotta protect your business, first off. And yeah, do I give my fans content and talk about that? Or do I respect the fact that Melly is fighting a case, and any publicity is not always good publicity when you're fucking in court? You get a couple huge media outlets talking about YNW Melly killing his friends and shit. There's video of it. Even though that's a completely false or maybe bent narrative and it's not true, I mean, you just gotta sway a few people. Maybe you sway someone that watched a video and then go and get picked for jury duty and lie and say they don't know who the fuck he is and shit. And, you know what I mean? Words are powerful. So, that's my thought on. I don't truly think that they should have ran those stories. I mean, Adam's probably never been upstate for 5 years, too. You know what I mean? Or a little over 5. I did over 5, so at a young ass age too. So I know what it's like to go sit down for a while. That shit sucks. So that being said, if you're watching this video, it means more than likely you kind of have something to do with the prison genre. Meaning more than likely you're A, watching it for educational purposes, B, watching it for entertainment purposes, or C, you're watching it to relate. And that's why I watch a lot of stuff, to relate. But I got out of prison. I went to prison, like, I just turned 19. I was like a few months after being 19. I got sent to prison. Didn't get out till I was like 25. And it just kind of makes you conform to a whole different set of rules. I mean, all kinds of shit. I mean, you guys probably brushed your teeth this morning and spit in the sink, right? That's a fucking no-go in prison. I wash my clothes in the sink. You brush your teeth and spit in the sink, we got a fucking issue. A big issue. Because it's like, bro, come on. We cook. We clean in that sink. Like, spit in the toilet. Brush your teeth and spit in the toilet. But, like, that's just one of the tiniest things in there that could be major. But out here, you're like, brush your teeth, spit in the sink, and you bounce. You know what I mean? Hit some water on it, it's down the drain, you don't think twice about it. But in prison, you're like, fuck, man. You don't know what the other dude got. So you're like, man, even though I live with this dude for 2.5 years, for real, the prison's like the army. You could be anything you want. For real. You could live with someone for years and get this narrative of, oh, okay, this dude's cool. He's thorough, he's legit. Next thing you know, someone comes to your facility 3 years after you've been chilling with dude, maybe lived with dude, chopped it up, broke bricks down with dude. What? They get to the facility and they're like, yo, motherfucker ratted and I got black and white. Black and white meaning paperwork. Boom. Produces paperwork, it's a wrap, bro. That shit happens all the fucking time. Swear to God. They say that shit's like the army. You could be anything you want. You could go in there and say you was in the fucking army, for real. People will believe you. COs probably wouldn't, because I know if you're a veteran, dishonorably discharged or whatever, it doesn't matter, but they will give you a thing that goes on your door card so COs can see that shit. But, and I'm pretty sure at the facility I was in before I got out, you couldn't cell up with someone that was in the military. That's how fucking weak it is. If you weren't in the military, because they had special training, how weak is that shit? But, so that's my opinion on the Melly thing. The King Von thing is treacherous, bro. That was one of my favorite rappers. For real. It's one of my favorite people to watch. And, like I said, that shit's just tragic, man. But that's just, when you live that lifestyle, it usually seems to preclude in someone's demise. And treacherous. Heart wishes, prayers go out to Vaughn's family, Vaughn's team, Vaughn's fans. I'm one of them. We're all grieving together, for real. I know we might not all hurt the same, but we all hurt. And pain is something that's relatable worldwide. But I just wanted to just kind of throw that out there real quick. To OT the Real. He's starting to really gain traction and start really getting his press game on. Seen him on Flex. I seen him on Hot 97, Shade. He just dropped a new song talking about how he's 1,000 miles away from when he was on Shade. Like, that shit's hard, bro. Especially because, like I said, like, I don't think I ever said a word to dude. And dude probably never said a word to me. You know what I mean? And at this point, I ain't shit to dude. I ain't nobody. Because he's out of here, bro. For real, he's out of here. His music is fire. His punchlines, I'm telling you, everyone go check out OT the Real. For real. He got a new album called Seuss and Bake. So if you definitely need something new to listen to, if you're like me, and it kind of been getting slow with the new music drops and shit, go check him out, for real. It's OT the Real. And as a kid or whatever, he lived in Massachusetts. I'm pretty sure Boston, out New England area, and or was it Virginia? It's one something like that. But he ended up cutting an ankle bracelet off, and you know what I mean, used his getaway sticks and took off running to Philly. Kind of fell in love with, I don't want to say the culture, but not the culture, but kind of fell in love with just Philly, for real. Philly raised him, in and out of counties and shit. From some interviews I watched of him and stuff, but that's all stuff you guys can deep dive into if you truly want to. And I'm working on a video right now. It's called The Walking Dead Summer 16. It's a video about how in 2016 at the state correctional facility I was at, I think we had something like 11 casualties off of synthetic marijuana just in the summertime. So a 3-month span, we had 11 casualties, or it was something like that. But you can look it all up. Look up the Deuce Pandemic, Pennsylvania. That shit'll flood up. I'm sure I know my facility was not the only facility that was just demolished by this pandemic. I'm talking about, like, they had some bad shit coming there, man. Some parsley sprayed with Raid or something, because these motherfuckers was tripping balls. Tripping balls. I got one of them sticks, too. I hit the dooney. Like 2 hits, bro. Passed it to my celly, and I was wrecked for like 6 hours. That shit's no joke. Nothing good. I mean, for fuck's sake, that's probably why my nose is running still to this day. But that's it, guys. I just wanted to kind of hop on, kind of maybe be a little bit more consistent. Start dropping some videos like really frequently. Like I said, I'm in the works. I got 2 interviews that are done already. I got a general from ECP, which stands for East Coast Peckerwoods, which is a woodpile, which is my side, the East Coast side version of the woodpile out west. And I'm not tied in or affiliated with that gang whatsoever, but I am super cool with him, the person I interviewed. So I got that for you. He's gonna give some insight and talk a little bit and tell some stories. You got some crazy stories. And then I got an interview that I'm lining up. It's already lined up, and it's actually gonna get shot today. And that's from my old celly. What's up, Z? And he is DMI, and that's Dead Man's Inc. If you didn't know. Or Dead Man Incorporated, you know what I mean, you tell me, but official like a whistle. Real shit, everyone's A1 from day one. Or obviously they'd have got packed out or flown out. These 2 dudes I've known for 10 plus years, and I did 5 plus years in prison with them. Everyone might not be in the same gang, but everyone runs the same streets. And you know how it goes. But I got that lined up, and I can give you guys a quick story real quick. A prison story. Let's think. What's an easy prison story? Okay. A prison story about a guard getting fucked up. These are always good, right? So there was a sergeant on the block in the facility I was at one of them. There had to be a sergeant and a CO on the block at the same time. It's not like that at every facility. I've been to like 1 or 2. It wasn't like that. But this one was like that. So he was real like joking and friendly with this inmate. And I say inmate because he wasn't no convict, because convicts wouldn't joke and laugh with the cops like that. So this inmate cutting up with the cops, cutting up with them, other cops, other COs, like a real dick rider. You know what I'm talking about. If you've been in prison, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. There's them few dudes that are in the cool circle or in the okay acceptable circle, but they fucking suck the cops off so much. It's like, goddamn, how the fuck are you even in the circle for real? You feel me? And they're not like in the circle, but they're like around. They're hanging around. You gotta tell your homies, like, yo, what the fuck? This dude's always rapping to the cops. Why is he around us? You don't know what he hears and feeds them, or slips up and thinks that dude's his buddy and tells him some shit. You know what I mean? So, dude, real joking, friendly with the cop. His name's Sean. I won't give his last name. I only gave you his first name because dude's a bitch. But so he's real joking, friendly with the cops. The cop takes advantage of this shit and would go into his cell and eat food and shit. Like, be like, yo, let me get some fucking chips, and open up his locker and eat chips and shit. It's like, motherfucker, you're from the street, bro. Like, we can only order $100 a week. Like, You're on the street, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here. Go eat a steak. What the fuck you want my Doritos for? You know what I mean? So he's doing this shit to this kid. This dude's laughing though. Like, he's like, yeah, go ahead, help yourself and shit. So that sergeant, one of the COs, think it'd be cool to do something called a lillypad, which is where you put a whole bunch of toilet paper down in the toilet, but first you clog the toilet with a roll of toilet paper. You stuff it down in the hole, and then you put a whole bunch of toilet paper at the top, and they shit on it. That way it's above water, so their shits are just stinking, and you can't flush the shit because the toilet's clogged. Now you gotta dig in their poop, you gotta pull that shit out, you know what I mean, all the extra shit. They do this shit. He gets his buddy, the sergeant gets his buddy to do it too. Buddy being another CO. So 2 COs lily pad this motherfucker and crap in his cell, which was hilarious. But what happened next, we never seen coming. Sean felt a type of way about the shit. So what Sean did was take their poop and liquefy it. He stung it with a stinger. Kept adding water to it and Vaseline and shit, and gave him a hot bath. He only got to get one of them. I wish it was the sergeant. It wasn't. It was a little bitch ass CO that the sergeant brought with him. But it was pretty epic. Hearing someone scream like that is just something that never leaves you. The whole block, it's eerie. You know what I mean? You got hundreds of people in a block. Sometimes thousands, depends how many tiers. So you usually don't hear shit, you know what I mean? That's why it's so dangerous in prison. Like, one of the facilities I was at, 5 stories, 5 tiers. Bro, if you're up on the 3rd, 4th tier, there's 1,100 inmates, bro. They ain't hearing you. They ain't hearing you scream for help. Fuck to the no. Hell to the no. You feel me? So it's crazy how that sound stuck out, and that scream. It was like a child, like a truly hurt child deep inside. And it was pretty good. He only got like half of his face, like from here down, and it pretty much melted him. But that's a story for educational purposes. If you get locked up, it's cool to become a civilian, bro. It's cool to get out and do right. It's cool to want to change your life and not be in the trap, because it's a trap. I get that. I feel you. And I'm going to try to take you guys on my journey and give inspiration, because I'm trying to do that with myself right now. But it's hard. But for educational purposes, if you get locked up, the cops aren't your friend. The COs are not your friend. If you need help, I mean, it is what it is. You need help. But chopping it up with them and stuff, if you're just going in, it does not look good on you. It's not going to get you trusted. It's going to get you felt the fuck out and maybe tested. So just keep that in your mind. Always keep in your mind. There's people watching. Always. Whether you're in your cell by yourself. Like, someone's watching your cell with the curtain up. Most of the time, like, someone's always got eyes on you, bro. Always. Whether it be a cop or a cop. Meaning an inmate cop or an actual cop. Meaning CO. But I'll give one more story real quick. The first time I seen someone get sliced, $1.50 from here to here, and here and here. It got him twice, hit him twice real quick. I was an ice runner at the facility I was at. I got to wheel around a huge fucking like red white rider wagon full of ice and go to each block, and I would be able to give inmates ice. Like, if you was there for a while, you could get an ice pitcher. Like, I bought one off an inmate for $10. Like, that shit's dope, bro. Because at the facilities in my state, you can get ice cream and pop and shit out of yard. You just gotta buy the tickets to get it. So if you got the ice to keep it cold, that shit, it's clutch, for real. Not even just that, man. You want to make some juice out your cabinet, you throw a couple cubes in that shit makes all the difference. Make an iced coffee in that bitch, all types of shit. So I'm doing my ice duties, I'm doing my rounds, and I'm walking up in the medical block. And I'm about to ask these motherfuckers they want ice. And all of a sudden I hear, get down, get down, get down. CO screaming. I see Buddy running out like this. And he lets go of his face. At this point he only had one. Dude's hawking him down, running. CO's trying to run after dude. CO's on his radio, I need backup, I need backup. He pulled his pin, everything. It's a wrap, dude. Every CO out of every building in front of my eyes fucking exploded like cockroaches. Like a fucking ant mound. If you stepped on it and you just see a fucking... just a fucking army. That's what it was like, dude. Like 2 COs every block swarming. The medical block at this facility is dead smack in the middle with every block behind it. So in the chow hall in front and a chow hall in the back. So I seen every motherfucking thing as far as cops running, and them fat bastards were coming. So dude hawks dude down, cuts him again. Buddy ran out, he said, he caught me, he caught me. I knew Buddy, he was my coach for softball. Like in prison they have sports intramural leagues. He was my coach. He's like, yo, Pistol, they caught me, he caught me, he caught me. He's crying. I'm just staring at him. I'm like, what? I'm like, what the fuck did you do? And this is one of them dudes that you can't pinpoint if he's thorough or not. So many people tell you yes, so many people tell you no. This is where you gotta get black and white done on dude. You know what I mean? But got the black and white done on him, and dude turned out to be okay. You know what I mean? So me and my brothers went and played for him. He was our softball coach, so it was kind of interesting watching him run out with his face wide ass open when he wasn't in the mix at all. You know what I mean? I knew he did subs a little bit, but he didn't do him enough to really owe money. But he comes running out. They got me, and dude runs up and hits him again. Bam! Hits him in the face. And at this point, I ball my fist up. I kind of like tense up, like, what's up? Like, this dude's just running around trying to cut people. I mean, he's like, they're like 6 yards from me. And dude just stops and looks at R. I'll call him R. He looks at R and he said, I'm sorry it had to be you, but I need to get out of this facility. It's too far from my home. So literally, dude just sliced dude to be able to kind of beat feet across state and get a little closer to home. And it actually turned out to work. So, but the buddy that got cut, R, motherfucker sued the institution and won. What? Because dude that cut R, buddy, he fucking wasn't even supposed to be there, bro. Like, he wasn't even supposed to be on medical block or at our facility whatsoever. I don't know why. I mean, at this point in time, this facility is max, so I don't think that it could have been anything. Like, they're not just gonna take you on and be like, oh, you're supposed to be in minimum. And literally, dude was really about this shit. And dude was in there for, like, killing his girlfriend's father or some shit. Pretty sure that's what it was. He killed his girlfriend's stepfather. He was saying she was doing some weird shit or something. I don't know. Or he was stretching her or something. But regardless of the fact, he sliced Buddy and looked him dead in the eyes, dropped the razor and everything, apologized to him, and said, listen, I'm so sorry it had to be you. While R just standing there like this, crying, looking at him. I'm like, bitch, I'd have picked that razor up and tried to kill you. He cut him twice, bro. Deep as fuck. Deep as fuck. Like, I'm talking about the first cut, super deep. But it almost nicked his fucking eye. Like, it hit right here and came all the way down and split his lip in half. His lip was in half. And it wasn't fucking flapping or nothing, but it was in half. And he had another one from his ear all the way down to his chin. The second hit. And that one, whenever he went like this, because his hand's only so big and he can only hold so much, he wasn't holding the back of it. And it was so weird because you could see his muscles beat with his heart for like 2 seconds, and then it filled up with fucking blood and came out. Did you see that drool? But I'm just sitting here waiting to go into work. I work in the oil field at the moment, and it's just getting light right now. It's 7 o'clock, and I started 7:30, but I got a loaded trailer with some rig mats and stuff, and kind of get ready. It's a little tiny fracking operation. There's only 6 of us that work there. It's based out of Texas, and they boom down there. They got huge facilities with multiple employees. But it's good money. I get about 80 to 90 hours a week. It's good. But it definitely sucks though, because like in my previous video I said I had just gotten married, but I have been with her since 2013. But we had just gotten married, and we had just had our 4th child, so it's like it's kind of like no time, you know what I mean? And it's definitely stressful. So these videos definitely help me. They definitely help me. Not only does it help me tell a story and maybe hope and pray that one kid out there accidentally clicks my fucking ugly mug and watches a video and maybe can help. This shit makes me feel good, man, because I know personally, growing up, I grew up in an upper middle class household. I did. I had a good life. I ain't want for nothing, and that's the truth. But then I turned 16, and I chose to be homeless. I mean, I didn't choose. I wasn't like, I'm gonna be homeless. I just was doing dumbass shit, and my people were just not with that at all. They're super old school. Like, my mom was 64 when she passed away in 2015. So, I mean, you do the math, and she's the same age as my dad. My dad's still kicking. But, so, I was homeless for a while with my best friend in a van. Just living in a van. Fucking stealing people's gas cans out from their shed just to be able to have gas to ride around, to fucking be able to steal shit to pawn, just to fucking be able to eat. As a kid. Well, not a kid, but 16. And, like I said, I found myself homeless because I would skip school, truancy officer. Now I'm costing my parents tons of money for that. They're continuously finding marijuana. Like, I mean, that's a fucking no-fly zone for them. And it just so happened to where it was like, I can't take this shit no more. Me fucking either. I'm gonna leave. Well, go. And it happened. And from 16 until now, I've been on my own. I literally all through prison, all by myself. And that's when my eyes got opened up, from 16 until 18 when I went in. Kind of struggle, and being hungry and going to sleep at night without eating anything throughout the day. And it gave me perspective for sure. And I went to prison and seen it, and I know right now, even with all my kids, with rent, electricity, water, it's all me. It's all on me. I don't have a mom or daddy that I can say, hey, can I get some money? I don't have an aunt or an uncle. I have nobody at all. And I'm a grown man, so I can make it for myself. I can make a way. I can find a way. But there's kids out there that are in a position that I was in, younger, a position that I'm in, like, that I was in while they're real young, and they can't fend for themselves because they're children. And these children, these people in general, I feel so bad for. I always stop and give money. I always pay it forward. I try to pay it forward twice a week. I don't really got tons of cash to be thrown around like that, but if we go to McDonald's or something, I always try to buy the person behind me their food. You know what I mean? It doesn't really hurt. It's only $15, $20, like at most of the time. And most of the time you wouldn't believe how much that person appreciated that $10, that $15. Now they don't gotta spend that. And it's kind of a big, now I have $10 for gas to get to work, and I don't have to sofa surf to find coins to go. But I'm sorry for holding you guys up for 30 minutes. I'm just waiting to go and waiting for this rain to stop. It's pouring down rain here. You guys be safe. Like I say, be comfortable in your own skin, because it's illegal to wear someone else's. Have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow.